We were all set. So Kevin just left. We got the Novik stands set up, ready to rock. And man, this hunt ready system, super quick to put up.
Didn't take no time, 15 minutes or less.
Yeah, and they're really pretty light too. So actually, like if we had to walk in here, it wouldn't be too bad. I mean, I'm not gonna complain that we got drove in, but
yeah, we got the service today for sure, and it's beautiful out here, man. We ain't broke a sweat, not yet.
Nah, and this whole area, oh my God,
it's beautiful, man.
This is amazing, amazing.
It's just starting to green up a little bit, you know, but it's not too thick. It's not too swampy. The skeeters ain't out. It's beautiful.
I mean, look at that. So we gave it a few hours in the stand. The hogs were a no-show, but I wasn't too bummed because Kevin said he was going to fix us up one heck of a meal, so it's time to head back to camp.
That looks way too healthy, Kevin.
I'm gonna force these boys to eat their veggies. That was that's what all our shirts at the produce box said. The theme on our logo was eat your veggies. We tried to get it patented, and you couldn't do it. It was too common or trademarked.
Not ready.
I can tell you what we're going to have for dinner this evening, fellas. We got some venison backstrap here that we marinated overnight. A little bit of red wine vinegar, olive oil, fresh garlic, fresh rosemary. It's a pretty simple marinade. Come out of the marinade, I like to dust this with, this is some espresso rub. I got a little bit of your favorite, just take some of your favorite espresso coffee dust, mix it in with some of your favorite seasoning, your steak seasoning that you like, and it gives it a little teeny coffee essence as you sear it. It's kind of nice. And I tell you what, I've also put a tad of coffee sometimes in my marinade, so it's a good flavor profile to sear wild game with. You can do this with a piece of elk, a piece of venison like this, even a backstrap of bull will be real good done like that. So you can see right over here I got my pan really hot, and that's butter and a little bit of oil combination. It keeps the smoking point a tad higher. So to get a good sear on here, we really got to have that pan hot. So you see I got my temperature out, and I'll test it right there, and you can see it's talking to us. So I'm gonna go ahead and lay it right on in there, just like that, and get a good sear. I'm gonna put one more right beside it, and we're gonna let those get good and seared on the outside, and then I'm gonna finish them in the grill with our other vegetables. Take this other big one here. Get him seasoned up real good. You want to always put your seasoning on real evenly on end to end. You want each spice to taste like the other one, so you don't want a big pile of seasoning in one spot. So don't just dump it on there. Kind of spread it out. Let it get into the tissue a little. You always want to put your seasoning on when your product's raw like this, because now the flesh and it can get into the muscle tissue. If you do it after you've already seared it, it's just going to sit on top. Right. So you always want to put your seasoning on when your product's raw. Bit of season my butter will pick up some of that flavor from that rosemary. I'll spoon that over my meat a little bit as we sear it.
Smelled like heaven.
It's a good, easy preparation. It's a good, you know, it's kind of a rustic meal, good for being at camp. And especially if you're on a 2 or 3 day hunt and you shoot something early in your hunt, we get it cleaned up. We might even be able to cook it for a meal before you leave that weekend. So a lot of guys like to get one clean and get it marinated as soon as they can.
Now, how many outfitters can you say has got their own real live chef?
That's what my partners are. I grew up with my other partner, and we bought and sold some real estate together before we got this. And some boys were down ducking, and we cooked. I threw out some groceries, and he was like, "Man, you're the luckiest man I know to have a chef for a hunting partner, you know, down at camp." He goes, "Does Kevin cook all the time?" And so I don't cook all the time, but I do like to eat, and so I'll chip in for one good meal on each trip, no problem. Yeah. And everybody likes to cook. I know most of the guys that come down have something they like to cook, some steaks, or you know, they got something they're good at. So everybody contributes when they come to camp. I try to put one good meal out for us when everybody can sit down at the table together. So we'll take a look at these now and see if we don't have a good sear on the back side with that color on there. You can see right there, that sunset kind of catching that good color we want right there. We're gonna let that sear on that side for a minute or two. When you put a good sear on your product like that, it helps to hold the moisture inside when you're finishing it off. And you'll see over here we got the grill good and hot. We're finishing our vegetables that are going to accompany our seared loin here. So I'm just going to use this just like an oven. I'm going to bring it right over here on hot. Put it right inside this and let it finish. By the time these vegetables finish off, this will be good medium rare on the inside. We'll take it inside, let it rest for about 5 minutes so it doesn't bleed too bad when we cut it, and then we'll plate it up. So we'll have this inside on the table here in about 5 minutes, be ready to go.
Well, guys, we're over here at Swamp Devil Outfitters having an absolute blast. And Kevin is cooking up a heck of a dish right now. I can't wait for it. The meal we had yesterday was unbelievable. And I am ecstatic to see this because this is we eat a lot of wild game. And he's making a deer loin dish right now that is something different. And again, with him being an absolute, he's a real deal chef. When people joke around, it's like, oh man, you're a good chef. No, he's actually a chef. So I'm excited, guys. This is going to be awesome.
Why did you call me and tell me you were going?
I par cook these potatoes first, and I'll put them in here and roll them around in some of this fat and get them warmed up. We'll have us a big spread here before you know it. He's got a couple extra commas in his paycheck. Got the temperature you're looking for in the middle there. Right around medium rare. On the medium side is my preference. Some people like it rare. And you can, when the loins are slender on one end and get a little fatter on the other end, then you can have some rare for some of your buddies, and you can get it off the end and get it a little more done if So that's the good thing about this, is you can kind of get more than one temperature off of one loin if you handle it correctly. I like finishing everything with a nice sauce. It's so easy to enhance a product with a very simple sauce at the end. This is a basic veal demi-glace. You can acquire some at some local gourmet stores. I'll do a little red wine reduction and then I'll put my demi-glace together, and then it just really can elevate a product when you finish it with a nice sauce like this. So this is a little red wine demi-glace, and I got a little rosemary in there for some rosemary essence. I like rosemary with my game. But it's a real good way to complement a nice game dinner, is finishing it with some nice sauce like this. And I usually put a little bit on the table. Some people like to care for a little bit more. But that'll be our meal for this evening. Espresso rub venison loin with charred asparagus, grilled corn, roasted new potatoes. Swamp Devil Outfitters is having quite the meal for 704 Outdoors. We're glad to have you guys here. We've enjoyed having you a whole lot. It's been a real fun time.
It'll start without the secret process.
Eat your veggies now, son. You ain't gotta eat like
I like asparagus now.
Charred is good, you know. They got a little crispy in a couple spots when I was doing too many things over at one time.
Oh yeah.
These potatoes right here should be hot if you want a hot potato.
Hot taters, hot taters.
Yeah, them boys in Texas, man, you talk about putting beans in chili, they're about to fight you over that.
Yeah, they just like meat, huh?
Yeah, I guess so. It's something about the culture down there, but they say ain't no beans in chili.
Make you a plate, Josh. Okay, I got to take
Thank you, man.
the whole time.
Son of a gun.
Tell us how you really feel about it. But yeah, tacos, meatloaf.
So they eat about anything. They're not real picky, then.
They're not real picky, you know. And she ate it, but she's just like, it tastes weird. I
Do
said,
they like the fast food stuff too? They like one of my youngest daughter, and she always wanted to go to McDonald's when she was little. Dad, we gotta go to McDonald's, you know.